build because many of you have reached out to me asking several questions about how to go about the IBM skills build, different questions in different sections, navigation, how to obtain your certificate, what about IBM skills build, what's it about, and several questions. So this particular session is meant to answer all those questions. So to get started, uh, I'm going to give you like a rundown. Let's just say yes, basically that of what IBM Skills Build is about. So Skills Build, IBM Skills Build is more or less a free global education, like a digital skilling program from IBM. IBM is short for International Business Machine, and in partnership, those sponsored by IBM, but in partnership with YASIF Nigeria and IAVE. I'm going to tell you what IAVE means and what YASIF Nigeria means before I get to skills, the skills bit. IAVE. So what IAVE means, the International Association for Volunteer Effort, is what they're one of the partners that sponsors this IBM Skills Build program to get to you now, the learners. So it's more or less like I won't get into the details about what I have in the budget. They're just more or less like a global network of volunteer leaders and all about that. But they are the ones that brought it thought it wise to bring this initiative down to you guys, the learners, in partnership with YASI. Right? YASI means Young Advocates for a Sustainable and Inclusive Future. YASI, just like I have is a youth-led Nigerian organization, is an NGO in charge, like that with a core mandate that is the category of climate action, sustainability, community development, and all that. So basically, this is more or less like a community development program. So the IBM Skills Build is, as I said earlier, it's like a digital skilling program from the IBM, and it's designed to help learners. It's meant to reach like adults, those are the community grassroots, educators, help them obtain these technical professional skills to improve your employability because the world is becoming rapidly like digitally exposed world. You can see what's happening in the world, like a lot is going on AI and like so in this world that is coming that is fast approaching, those that have these digital skills under their belts are the ones that are going to like take over the future as you know as we see it approaching. They're the ones that are going to like making exploits in the days to come, in the future ahead. So this digital skill sets like very important. You might not say that way, but I assure you, if you have like this digital skills, the skill sets under your belt, your resume, boosting your resume, you discover that a lot of employers like they're very particular about this digital skill set. Though you might have to go like extra steps further to build um your career paths. Like you don't have to. It's not going to be like a surface type of learning process. You have to like delve in very deep, so I become like a professional in that in whatever aspect, like in whatever digital skill set, learning path that you choose, become a professional in it. So IBM, sorry, if your mic is on, can you mute your mic? Yeah, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you very much. So IBM, the platform for those of us that have signed up on the IBM platform and have gone online, you'll see that the platform. Sorry, who is this? Can you please mute your mic? Thank you very much. Yeah. So if you go to the platform, you'll see that there are there are myriad of courses, over 1,000, almost 2,000. Like who knows? I mean, there are so many courses there. So these courses are like self-paced. You don't, like you're not under any pressure. There's no time limit. I mean, like a time frame, like that you have to complete these courses. But there are certain steps anyway that you have to take to have those courses are always available for you. But basically, they're self-paced and definitely high demand. High demand. You're talking about artificial intelligence, cyber security, data science, sustainability, climate. Like what if you see the courses that we curated for you? Actually, we have about 12 courses that we curated for you and shared on the various cohort platforms. But like that's like the tip of the iceberg. You just if you go there, use the search bar, yeah, like you'll be amazed at the number of courses that you see there. And so that it's not just limited to the learning aspect. Yeah, definitely you can go on to the platform and take as many courses as you want. But then we also have another program afterwards. It's more or less like a virtual mentorship program. So for those that have taken at least a course, because that's what we are here for, to encourage you to take courses on the it's more like this what we are doing here is what they call a corporate social responsibility. It's like a community page. Our goal here is to get you to get this digital skill set. We are here to encourage them. So when we say take a course, we are like getting you on that right path towards like your professional development. So once you have done at least a course, it shows that you're committed to the next step, and that's the next step now is the virtual mentorship, and that's when you'll be like you yes once you've completed a course, you'll be eligible to join the program, and that's where you're looking at um, mentorship as it is, job readiness, CV glow up, major tips on how to improve your employability and what have you. Those, I think we might have some learners here that have already joined the mentorship group. And I think majority of you haven't joined yet, but basically that's what awaits you. Once you have committed yourself to either your professional development, taking the course, that's the next step that approaches. So I think that covers the overview. So let's get right onto it. Um, what I'm going to do right now is I'll share my screen. So if you can, once you see my screen, just let me know so that I can proceed. All right, so is my screen visible? Let me see those emojis. See my screen is visible. All right. So um, the first step for those of you who join, the first step is that sign up. And it's very important that you sign up using that particular unique link that we provide, because using any other link make it especially very difficult for us to monitor your learning process and help you troubleshoot issues that may arise. And it will be very difficult for us to keep track of your learning basically. So that link is especially very important. So um, I'm going to pull up the link right now. So this is it here. This is the sign up link. The sign up link here takes you directly to this page. And once you arrive at this page, it is imperative that you use Gmail. I know that some of you might have your LinkedIn ID, you might have okay, no, I don't think anybody will have the IBM ID, but you have your LinkedIn ID, or you might want to sign up using a different email altogether. Don't use that, please. To make the whole process very easy for you, use your Gmail, and the preferable browser to use is Chrome. Sign up, let your Gmail be logged into Chrome already. So once you click this sign up, what it does is that it takes you directly to your email to sign up. If you're already logged in on Chrome, it just takes you. If you're already logged, it just takes you directly to your email, and then you sign up. But then the login process is the same. Let me take you now to the login process. This is the login process here, and it will take you to the login page, which is almost similar to the sign up page. So you see, this is login. What I showed you previously is sign up. So this login, you see that this is my Chrome browser here. My Gmail is already logged into the Chrome browser. So if I click login, it doesn't ask me to put my password, it asks me to carry out any type of verification because my email is already logged in. So what it does is that it takes me directly to the IBM homepage. And the homepage is like where you see your progress, everything that you have, that yeah, that's your learning, all that you have accomplished when it comes to your learning journey. So you see, this is the IBM home. You can see uh, each learning assignments past due. Yep. And you see, this is resume learning. I think one of the learners asked me, she was complaining that when she starts a course and she leaves the IBM site, returning back later, she does not know how to access the course again. So I think if she's here, and for those of you that have a similar complaint about not being able to resume your learning process, this is it here. Directly on the homepage, once you log in, resume learning. I'm sure most of you use your phones. It might look slightly different, using a laptop, a system. Yeah, it kind of like expands everything, but I think the design basically is the same thing. Even in your phone, you're going to see resume learning, and then all the courses that you have taken, you see the progress bar, like I see here, communication and public speaking. This is what 25%. It shows that this is like the most recent course that I am taking right now. You see, cybersecurity, I haven't taken anything yet, but communication and public speaking, I have attempted it and I have made progress worth 25%. If you click it, it takes you to the course page. So you see, this is the course page here. It might look slightly different for those of you that are making use of your mobile phones, but it shows you the courses that you have completed. The courses you have completed. I can see here, this is communicating with impact. So you see completed. It shows the date that I completed. I think just this one single course that I completed is what is responsible for this progress that I have made so far. So if you have completed a lot more than this, maybe you completed this, you completed this, it might show you like maybe some 50%, 60% or so. So basically, this is it here. So what you should understand is that each of these like each learning part comprises of courses, and these courses can be categorized into, like, you can have video materials, you can have articles, like, and I think um it might be explicitly written here. Yes, okay, you can see. So here you can see this says web page. So it tells you that this is actually like an article. You understand? More or less, like, but it's not just like an article, but it's a sophisticated article because the duration, the estimated duration that it takes you to complete this course, you can see it here, 10 minutes. So there are courses that will take you like 2 hours. That is estimated. You can take it a lot. You can take a lot shorter than that because there's a course that actually said something like, you can see this one, it says days. So days actually means it might take you like more than 24 hours to complete. That's the estimated time given. But well, based on my experience, I'm going to tell you that it might take a lot shorter than that because there was a particular course that has to do with the project management, I think I took, and it had this similar estimated time, but I finished it within like a lot shorter than I think I finished it within 12 hours. It took me, I think, less than 12 hours to finish it. So don't be intimidated by this duration that you're seeing here. Most of these courses are not really that, though they are like very rich courses. You understand? Very rich when it comes to like the subject involved. That is here. This is communications and public speaking, but it might not take as long as you see. That depends on your speed. For somebody else, it might take even 5 hours. Like this course that says 2 hours 35 minutes. Somebody else might end up taking like 5 hours to complete. So it depends on you. It's all a matter of how committed you are and your ability to process. So that's just it. So you can see that this might be like here. You can see that this is a video. It clearly states here video. You understand? This year, like it might be like some sort of module. It's like it's a process. I think e-learning is a process. Web page actually takes the web page because some of these courses takes you to third-party sites to complete them. Their third-party sites are in partnership with IBM, and they host these course materials. So if you click on any of these courses now, like here, this video might take you outside IBM, but the videos might also be hosted within the IBM SkillsBuild platform. So if you like you want to attempt this course now, because you have to attempt all the the mandatory courses. Like when I say mandatory now, to complete a learning path for this progress bar to get to 100%, you have to complete all the mandatory courses except the ones that are written option that are marked optional. Optional means that well, you can go out, you can take it. They are still very relevant. It's good to, like it will help you to expand your knowledge on the course subject, but it is not mandatory for you to complete the learning part. So you can take all these courses and skip the optional, and you still have 100% here, and you'll be able to download the certificate for this communications and public speaking without taking the optional courses. So that basically that's what it means. It's optional. It will assist you like to expand your knowledge, body your knowledge on that subject matter, but it is not really mandatory. So to attempt the course, simply just click on the course, go to activity. Here you have the option to mark as complete. You don't have to mark as complete, you haven't completed the course. You go to activity. You understand? It shows you this, but you only click on it when you have attended the course. And basically it takes you to where the material is. And you see, IBM is in this particular case, IBM is in partnership. They have their course hosted, hosted on YouTube. You understand? So this is where the offering is. And let's say 7:25. You understand? This is 7:25 minutes. Yeah. So you see, let's go back there and see how many minutes we have. So I'm not going to mark this as completed because I haven't attended the course. Even I myself might want to revisit it later, so I don't want to be confused when I'm revisiting the course. So you see, this is 7:27 minutes. In this particular case, yeah, there's no how you can rush it up, but this is 7 minutes, 26 seconds. So it's very, very much equivalent to the duration you saw on the YouTube video there. So basically that's it. If it is e-learning, you go, it's basically the same process. You go to activity and to take you directly to wherever the course material is hosted. So it might be a bundle, like there's a process, especially for those that have attempted the project management course. You see that there's a way to structure. I think this is it here. This is what they call like a bundle. So you just have to like take it step by step. There's this introductory part, and then you just take your time, go through it. You see, there's a time frame for each and every one of it. And once you're done with it, you understand, you go back and don't forget to mark as completed. It's very important that you mark as completed so that your progress will be registered on that, on the progress bar. So once you're done, because many of you have complained that after completing the course, it doesn't reflect, it doesn't show that the course has been completed. So it's very important that you mark as completed once you're done with the course. But there's also that option in case maybe you miss that part and you want to try it out again. Then you can do that. You can mark as completed, like this particular case here. I can go to this. Okay, this also has like there are sub courses. Like this is a module. Yeah, this particular case. Yeah, this particular one here that says this is actually a module, and it has a sub courses. You see, all these here courses. You click on it, one. But this particular one here is problematic. So sorry, that was a mistake. Just hold on a bit. It is related. That one is a bit confusing. Let's get back into it because I don't want anybody to come back and say that they attempted taking the course and they couldn't take the course. So this is English. This is sub. So I think that particular one is misleading. We are going to take it off. I don't think anybody has complained about it, but I just discovered this here. So let me use another this web page now as an example, because what I was supposed to see is to go to activity, and none of those courses were taking me to where I wanted to be. So in this particular case now, it's go to activity, but you can see that if you have completed the course, this is where my explanation stopped here. If you have completed the course and you forgot this step, you can still come back here and mark as complete, but you'll be required to set duration of how long it took you to complete the course. So you said, yeah, I took me so number of minutes to complete the course, to submit, and that should like clear up any hanging issue that you are unable to complete. That you completed the course and it wasn't reflecting. So that's one way to solve the problem if you forgot this process. But anything that if this process doesn't solve the issue, and when you return it back, you didn't see the option to mark as complete, or because in those like the model that I showed you in the previous course where they had the introductory part and some other parts, you can see that you have to complete it in some of those modules and courses. They have like a quiz system, like an assessment. And inside those courses, there are assessments that they have to take. There's assessment for each individual course, and then there's the general assessment. Like here now, with this particular one here, doesn't have assessment. I have to go back to a course that has assessment. Like let's say, okay, cybersecurity partner. So you can see here, cybersecurity part has this final quiz. You see final quiz here, for you have to complete this final quiz for you to like complete this learning part and get your certificate for the cybersecurity part. But you will discover that inside some of these other courses now, like this cybersecurity, this one that says 7 hours, inside it might have its own assessment. For you to complete this particular course, you have to complete that particular assessment. So that's how it works. There are courses that have assessments and assessment. So for most of you that come back with a complaint that the courses do not reflect that after completing the course doesn't reflect that you have completed the course, it's probably because you were not successful in the assessment. I think there's a percentage that you have to get in the assessment for it to be considered that you have passed that particular assessment. So I think some it's 180, depends on how it is, like 180 out of 200. I think some is ranked a percentage, you have to get 80% out of 100. So do well to complete the assessment for each individual course. After all, it is for your personal development. You can't just go through the learning and you don't come out hard boiled. You understand what I mean when I say hard boiled? Like, yes, you have been drilled well in the subject matter. So if it takes you like more than a day, it takes you like a week to complete, let's say, the cybersecurity, and many of the learners here have actually succeeded in completing the cybersecurity part. That's just commitment. Look at there are courses that take hours. They are like this one hours. It means like it's more than a day, so they can't just take 2 hours. Basically, it's more than a day. You see, there are 7 hour courses, several 30 minutes, and actually they complete the entire learning part and they bring back their certificate. So that shows commitment on their own part. So once you have completed the course and maybe you want to get your certificate, I think that's the next part of it that it's a bit trickish for many of you here. What you can do, I'm going to show you two methods here. You can do something like this. Where am I? Okay, you can do something like this. Let's go to this communications and public speaking part. Because you can download certificate for each individual course that you have completed. Like this now, you can see there's just only one. That's why it shows 25% here. It's just only one course I have completed in this communications and public speaking part here. If I click it, I'm now in the course page here. You see, I'm in the course page. It shows I have completed the course, which means that I am eligible to download the completion certificate. So how you can do it now is that you look for action. Once you're at the course page, you look for action, which is here. When you see action, you see view completion certificate. So if I click it, you see that's my name, and this is my completion certificate. So what I can do is I can share the link. Maybe I want to I want to shorten the link and post it on my and paste it in my resume. There are many. I think that's like a very recommended way that you can showcase your certificate, because there are a lot of employers that prefer this particular method of showing your your certifications, so showing that you have this qualification. So you paste it like a short link and produce your certificate as a PDF. So the PDF really says that those hyperlinks can be accessed and can be clicked in your certificate in your in your CV. You shorten the link, paste it in your CV, convert your CV to PDF. Now those hyperlinks will be accessible in your CV. So this year now will generate a link, can shorten the link, paste it there, and that's one way. But I'm going to show you another place. There's another place, another third-party site that's used for hosting certificates. But first of all, I'm going to show you how to download this one. The best way to do that is to print. Many of you don't know this particular step here, but it's like a very neat step to take. You save as PDF. Even your mobile phones can do this very well. I'm very well there. You save it as PDF and it will be saved in your local storage. So you are basically printing it to PDF. So that's one very neat way to get your certificate as a PDF. You don't, because many of you send it as a screenshot or a phone screenshot to me, but you can also save it directly to the internal storage of the device to be used later. So that's one way. I've just showed you one way you can get your certificate. This is another way you can get it. You go to the home page, you go to progress. You progress for those that use their phone, you see it at the lower right side of the phone. You see your learning assignments or completed learning, completed learning. If you click on completed learning, you see all the courses. Yeah. You see courses that you have completed. You can also go to your learning assignments. But I think it's completed learning. For phone, it's completed learning. But if you're using your like a laptop or a system, you see a lot more than you see in the phone. So here you can see completed learning. Yes, this is climate change, youth empowerment parts. You see, all these have been completed. So which means I can get okay, this one passed due, but these are the ones that are completed. So which means I can get the certificate for each individual part here, each individual learning part. So let's try and see if we can download certificate for the learning part. So let's say the climate change learning part here. So I've completed everything here. That's why it's available there in my completed learning. So let it load. You see 100%. That is full mark, 100% completed here, climate change, which means that for this particular learning part, which comprises of all, I can see even the optional courses I took it here, which comprises of all this here, I can download. You see, view completion certificate for, so this is not for the individual courses again. This is view completion certificate for the climate change part. You can see climate change. That's my name there. And the same process, print. So you can print to PDF and you have your certificate as a PDF file. So that's one way. That's another way to do it. But then most of these courses here host your certificate. Now, if you see something like a digital credential course, what that basically means is that the certificates are not hosted in the IBM SkillsBuild platform. The certificates are sent to a third-party site called Credly. Many of you should know about Credly, but for those of you who are just hearing about Credly for the first time, Credly is a third-party site. For the core mandate of Credly is in partnership with IBM is for issuing and managing digital credentials. So once you have completed the course, the email, that's the Gmail. You see why I advise you very sternly to use your Gmail. Don't use any other email. The Gmail that you use to sign up on the IBM SkillsBuild site should be the same email you use to sign up for Credly. So once you complete a digital credential course, that course will automatically be uploaded. Sometimes it happens within seconds. It will be automatically uploaded to Credly. And once you go to Credly, you'll be able to see that particular certificate for that particular course that has been tagged digital credential course. So Credly is that's basically what Credly is does for the IBM side. It hosts digital credential. And it's well like established, well recognized in the digital job market space. A lot of organizations IBM uses it, and like big tech companies, when you get Fortune 500 companies, I don't know whether many of you have heard about Fortune 500, but like those are like all the major companies like that you know about when you talk about big tech companies that you everybody wants to work for. You understand? Like all the Apples, the Microsoft, the Alphabet that is Google, the Amazons, the Meta, Facebook that you use, social media, yes, Nvidia, Samsung, Sony, those are like all of them are part of 500 line. So many of them like getting like viewing your qualifications from all these third-party digital credential issuing sites. So it's advisable that when you're preparing your resume, like you can leave a link. You understand the way I advise shorten the link, generate your CV as a PDF, have your link there as a hyperlink that when they click on it, it takes you directly to Credly, and then they can see for themselves that actually yes, this person is qualified in this particular field or so like this particular required qualification. You understand? The person actually has it. So that's what Credly does. I'm going to show you now how to go to Credly. So in this particular case here, what I'm going to do is I'll go back to the home page. And then you go back to progress, the same process, but instead of completed learning, we go to end digital credentials. End digital credentials, you click on it. And here you can see that I completed 2 digital credentials, that is digital badge courses. To complete a digital badge, all the courses that host the digital badge course, that have a digital badge course, they'll ask you, they'll mandate you to open to create a Credly account. In the process of completing the learning part and the courses, when you get to this digital badge course, you see that you'll be managing to create the Credly account. Please don't ignore that step. It's very important if you want to get certificate for those courses, because all the digital credential courses are sent to Credly. So what we do here is that, like this is a project management fundamentals. You click on it. Okay, so sorry, you go back. What you see here is view in Credly, which means that that certificate can only be gotten from Credly. So if you say view in Credly, you click on it, and this should take you directly to Credly. So let the Credly load up. So this is it here. Credly is asking me to sign up, so I'm going to sign up. So you can see that's one of the beautiful things about Credly. The same account I'm using, the IBM SkillsBuild, is the same account I'm going to use here for Credly. And Credly should just take me directly to where my certificate is hosted once I finish this process here. So it's a very seamless process. It doesn't ask you to put any password. It just uses your email that's already logged into your browser to conclude the process. And that's all it takes. And it's a very seamless process. So most of you that have been coming to me and talking about how it's difficult and you're having issues putting your password, that means you're doing something entirely wrong. So Credly is going to take, yeah. So the authentication process is completed. So you can see, yeah, this is my certificate here, right? You can see welcome, congratulations on your recent badge. So you can see, I can click on it here. I can click on project management. I can see this is, I click on this 3 dots here. I can see download certificate. So if I do click download and if I download the certificate, it downloads my certificate. So this is one way you can get it from Credly. You won't be able to get it from the IBM SkillsBuild because these particular digital credential badges are hosted on Credly. So this, once you have downloaded it, you can share the link. You can save the link and use it for your future processes. If you have an account on LinkedIn, you can share there and to be celebrated by all your LinkedIn contacts. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to show you the digital credential of one of the learners in cohort 1. One of our star learners in cohort 1 that we celebrated. His name is Kahid. So just to give you a perspective on what I'm really talking about here. So he shared this with me. Just give me a moment, let me pull it up. All right, so this is it. This is his accomplishments. I can see at any time we can look at what he has done. So this is him, cybersecurity fundamentals. He's completed cybersecurity fundamentals. He's hosted on Credly. This is his name here, Kadri Sayi. Kadri Sayi. So what your employer might choose to do is to verify. You see, they click verify. You see, verify. And what Credly do is, yeah, to show you where it was issued, music Credly issued to Kadri, accepted on December 16, verified. You see, and then you now, maybe if you post it on your LinkedIn profile, maybe post on social media, a lot of people can just come around and just celebrate you. Like, see, you click celebrate. Ah, yeah. So they can see your accomplishment and say, okay, yeah, this guy has some foundations on cybersecurity. Might not be enough. It might not be enough for you to start coding and writing codes and all that, but at least you have gotten a solid foundation from taking virtually a free course. Let me just tell you something about this course here, because basically what it is right now is a free course. And yeah, free things with this kind of quality is rare, as we all know. So what you should understand is that once this current IBS skills build phase ends, these same courses can become paid courses. Like, some of those top tier contents that you can find in Udemy, Coursera. So imagine having to pay like 20, 30,000 later for a course, like I finished for free today. So why not log in and just like commit yourself to accomplishing something worthwhile, like building that digital skill set, like what Kadri Sayed has done and many others. And you get like your certificate hosted on Credly and use it for whatever future venture, like boost your employability. So why not? Why not take that initiative? So I'm basically urging everybody here to take that bold step for their own professional development. And it's an individual effort. It's not a group effort. It's not like a WhatsApp group effort. I say, okay, everybody, let's take a group task. It's actually an individual thing. Nobody can force to do. It's your choice to go online and commit yourself to, okay, let me get some digital skill sets under my belt. That's basically it. So I think I've covered most of the questions and concerns of everybody. I think basically that's it. If there's any, yeah, I think if I've missed anything, it can come up as a question. So if there's any question at all, let me hear it right now, because I think I've been talking for what, 46 minutes. My goodness. I think this session started I think around 6 or 7. I wasn't keeping track of time. So before it gets to 7, let's start taking questions. So if you have questions, fire away. But first of all, raise your hand so I can pick everybody that has a question. Raise your hand if you have a question. All those with questions, let me hear it. So questions. Okay, so we have one from I think Golahan. I pronounce your name right, Golahan, right?
Yes, sir.
I think far away. Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you so much for the opportunity, sir. One of the course, or let me say like two of the course that I enrolled for, I was unable to get access to them, like complete this learning something. So the hyperlink, clicking on it is not showing anything, just like the one you show of earlier that you said anybody have not raised the issue about it. I just come across it. So that's the reason I'm raising it now, sir.
All right. What's the name of the learning part of the course? I think you're talking about one of the links we share.
Entrepreneurship, be an entrepreneur. Yeah, I think you use it as an example, not quite long.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen again because it's baffling that you're having issues with entrepreneurship. So I think the link is fine. I'm going to pick the link right now and attempt to like go into the course page.
Okay, sir.
So this. This is artificial intelligence, data science, creative communication, climate change, leadership, entrepreneurship. All right. So this is a link. Oh. Yeah, the link is working perfectly fine. Do you have, is there anything specific about the link they're talking about?
If
Is
you
there anything
click
specific
this,
about the
yes, the entrepreneurship marketing essential, and that be an entrepreneur.
Okay, so you said the entrepreneurship marketing essential. Okay, yeah. So that's one of the issues that I was experiencing back then when I was struggling a bit. We'll work on it because it's supposed to show you go to activity, but that go to activity is missing here, which means that the issue is from our own end. So we are going to work on it from the back end. Yeah. So you'll take note of it. Sorry about the experience. So you said which other one again? Be an entrepreneur, right? Okay, so I've seen a similar situation here. There's no go to activity. So what you do is that uh, send me a message on WhatsApp. Go to any of the cohort groups and look for at SkillsBuild Nigeria. That's my name there at SkillsBuild Nigeria. Send me so we keep track of it.
All
So
right.
once it's resolved, I'll let you.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
okay,
Thank you so
Lorita,
much, sir.
Lorita, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So for that go to activity course is showing on my end, and there was a learner that complained about it some days ago. So we're able to resolve it. So I think it's a situation where some learners are seeing that icon to proceed to the next stage, and some people are not seeing it. So what you're going to do is you're going to, if you're using Chrome, you're going to close the current tab you're using and open a new one. So close every tab entirely and open a new one. So by the time you open a new one, it's going to ask you if you want to continue from the previous learning you just enrolled in, or if you want to start an entirely new learning. So you click on it, start an entirely new learning. But if you're still going through the same issue, that means we're going to take you up with IBM. But if you keep trying it for like let's say 2 days, you're going to see that icon that says go to activity. So I think it's more of like a network issue, not a system failure issue.
All right, thank you, Lorita. So while you were speaking, I think I noticed like something special about this particular courses here. Okay, so I think that settles it. That go-to activity is missing these courses, but that I think I missed that aspect of it. I was fixated on looking for the go-to activity that I missed. That there's another different way. See, if you took check, you would not necessarily see go-to activity, but you see next. There's a next year, return to plan next year. If you click next, it takes you directly to it. You can see. So then you have your go-to activity once I click that next. So I think okay, sorry, yeah. Sorry, the next does not solve the problem. The next only takes you to the next. So I think I figured that out late. So I think so basically follow the instruction that she gave. I think that's the best course of action anyway. Because I was thinking the next is what is going to solve the problem. But next only takes you to the next course here. In this case, it was taking me to the entrepreneurial mindset instead of taking me to the go-to activity. So what you can do now is to open a new Chrome as you instructed and try that process again. So I think that answers your question. Do we have another question? If you have, kindly raise your hand. Okay, we have one here from uh, oh, sorry, show my screen. So let me stop presenting slide two. Okay, uh, Oluwala, is it Oluwala Yomi? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, thank God. The last time, no one could hear me the last time. Okay, good evening. I think Loretta just answered my question, but I'm actually on it now, but it's still showing the same thing. I made a complaint to her earlier concerning a course that I started late February, and I completed the course March 6th before the deadline, but it's still showing 75% complete instead of 100% complete. So I don't know what's going on. Section 1, which I completed, is still showing not marked, and I just don't know what's going on.
All right, I'm going to comment on it before I hand it over to Loretta. So for the complaint that you have tried that new method that you suggested, and I think just keep on trying. But if it's not working, we'll work on it from our own end. Yeah. But for the issue where your progress is not updating, I think you can try this particular method here. You clear the cache of your browser, log in again, and then go and mark as complete. Because it won't be funny to go and reattempt the course, especially if it's a very long course. What you can do now is to mark as complete. If it doesn't update automatically, mark as complete. If that doesn't still resolve the issue, then I think what you can do now, probably Loretta has something to say on it. Loretta, over to you.
Okay, good evening. So, good evening again, sorry. So, the issue you're facing is quite different from what I just explained. What I was talking about was the problem with a particular person in the entrepreneurship part that is not showing go to activity, it's not showing the icon to proceed for whoever wants to take the course. But your problem is about is more of your progress not updating. And I told you we're going to take it up because you're not the only one having the same issue. So after all what we've tried, it's still not working. So it means we have to report the issue. So the same thing is happening to a lot of learners, not a lot, but like a couple of learners too. So we're going to take it up. We're going to send your email to IBM so they can resolve it from their end. Because sometimes this issue resolves itself where the progress is not updating. So maybe if you go back after a week or thereabouts, it starts to update, but that's a very long period to wait. So we'll just take it up. And I'll let you know when it gets resolved. So in the meantime, you can still be trying it. Maybe you can try it tomorrow morning or try it tomorrow evening to see if it will work. Then if it doesn't work, I'll take it up.
All right. So what you can do is I just reach out to either me or Loretta, go to any of the cohort page, go to at SkillsBuild Nigeria, and send me your email address so as we can take it off from there and then see if we can resolve it. Just send us your email address. So I think that settles it for that particular issue. So Julius, proceed with your question.
Good evening, sir. Hope you can hear me, sir.
I can hear you.
I have an observation that I need some clarity. You see, while you're going through the slide, I observed that the certificates you're showing to us, they are individual courses in the main course itself. So I wanted you to clarify, is it that if you're able to finish the course itself, the full course, the complete of other courses, is there a certificate that is issued for the completed courses, or they are issued certificates for only individual courses? That is number one. I need clarity on that, because you showed the certificate of someone that finished cyber security fundamentals. So, and there's another course of the same, but it's on individual courses in another subject. So I want to ask, is it that if you finish the whole series of course, like currently I am on what's it called? I am currently doing sorry, I'm trying to get there. I'm currently on explore emerging tech, new design. Explore emerging tech news, and on it there are courses like I have done 3. There's exploring data, exploring artificial intelligence, exploring cloud computing, exploring cyber security, and exploring quantum computing. Now I want to ask, these individual courses, there's certificate for them, quite so you've shown me. Now the main course itself that bring these ones, explore emerging tech, is there a certificate for it too that encompass all the courses that I've done under it? That's my question, sir. Before I go to the
All
other
right,
question, sir.
all right. You can go
Yes,
ahead and
sir.
ask the other question. Let me just get a little more there so I can brush.
Okay, the other question was I logged it at the platform on the WhatsApp call too that I am doing this program, UPro, Financial Operation Learning Path. And when I started it, I clicked on it to start. It takes me to Udemy for me to register, and I imputed my email, and it was telling me you haven't been invited to this Udemy business account. Please contact your IT department or manager for help. So I posted it on the platform, and actually nothing was done on it, and it was quiet like that. And the course that was even giving me the major concern was Microsoft Excel for beginners to advance. So I was like, is it like this course is not accessible or what? And the course is found under UPro Financial Operation Learning Pathways. Is a course that is key to my field. I read accounting, so I wanted to do it to augment and make me as in have virtual opportunity in various places. So not having access to it, I feel like is like I'm denied that privilege. So I'm asking, since there's a platform like this, what went wrong that I cannot access this particular course that can help me, that can help me in my field? That's the other question, sir. Thank you.
All right, all right. Those were loaded questions. So to answer your first question, I have to share my screen again. So just
Okay.
give me, let me, let me do that again. All right, so we are back at it. So what you should understand is that we have the learning parts. These are learning parts here, and many
Yes, sir.
others. I think they are all 12 in numbers. And each learning part comprises of all these sub courses, and each of these sub courses, each individual sub course, you can actually get a certificate of completion for each of these individual sub courses, as I've showed you before. But what you should understand is that if you have completed all these courses, all the mandatory courses, not the optional, anyone that's marked optional, you complete it at your own leisure. It's not really, it's just to broaden your knowledge in that in that subject matter. But each of these mandatory courses here, you need to complete all each and every one of them. One, to like to get the certificate for the entrepreneurship and startup part, you need to complete one, two, three, four, five, plus the quiz. It's very mandatory. Even this 1 minute quiz that will not ask you everything about what you have completed here. You need to complete this 1 minute quiz. So once you have done that and it has ticked, and this bar here goes from 0% to 100%, then this entrepreneurship startup part here, which encompasses, you understand, or encapsulates all these other courses here, will now have its own certificate. So you have the certificate of completion for each individual course, and then you have the certificate of completion for the learning part itself. Let me show you an example here. Let's go back to the assignment. I'm going to show you a learning part I've completed. So this is climate change here, as I showed you before. You can see that this is a learning part altogether. Click it.
Hmm.
So you can see 100%. I've completed the
Hmm.
entirety of the learning part 100%. So this is one, two, three, four. Even the optional courses that were not mandatory, I completed them. So what does that mean? You see, this is fundamentals. Let's say this is an individual course now. Let's click into it. This is fundamentals of climate change. Yeah? Let's give it a second. Then see action, view completion certificate. This is an individual course here in the learning part. You can see I can get the certificate of the individual course. But now this is the learning part itself, and I can also get the certificate of completion for the learning part. You see. So I think that answers your first
Hmm.
question. And for the question now, the Udemy that
Very
has
well
been
explained.
raised. Sorry.
Very well. Very well. I got it, sir. I got it, sir.
All right. So for the Udemy issue now, I think Loretta will answer that question. Loretta, over to you for that Udemy issue.
All right. So if I got your question correctly, you're asking why you don't have access to some courses on the platform, yeah?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So IBM has some partner organizations, and these partner organizations are the ones who create the courses. So we're not allowed to have access to some particular courses on the SkillsBuild platform because the courses were created just for the partner organization. So what you can do is that you can send the specific course you want to take, then we can help you search for a similar course from our end. So it might not be, that's why you will notice that some courses are being delivered by some particular organizations, and when you want to take the courses, they're going to be asking you for some details which you don't have. So you can send the particular course to us. We'll help you look for something similar to it from our end. Then we can send it to you if that's fine by you. Then any other person on on this call too, if you have any other course you feel you want to take that is not among the learning parts, you can send it to us so we can help you either create it into a learning part if you want to take that intensive learning like the other learning parts, or we can search for a single course for you and send it to you. So to answer your
O-
question, it's
Okay.
from the site. You're not supposed to have access to some particular courses there.
Okay. Even if the question, even if the course is among the learning part, like it's like script, but it's there. Once you open it, you will see it under the learning courses. The sub courses is there, but once it you click it, it will take it to Udemy. That means I should take that particular course and send to you so that you help me with um courses that will give me the similar value of that. If I'm
So the
getting you
problem
right.
So the problem with when it comes to this Udemy, if it's among the learning parts, the issue is that we had some learning parts last year, or sorry, during the last phase of the project that required Udemy accounts. So sometimes if you don't click on the specific course you want from this particular learning part, it syncs with the former learning parts and take you to the former learning to the former courses. So all you have to do is that when you're trying to take a particular course, ensure that you are clicking on the activity for that specific course. Because sometimes when you click on go to activity, you will not know when you click on the link for another entirely different course, which takes you to Udemy. Because we've already rectified all the learning parts, and any course that has to do with Udemy has been taken out. It was just the former learning parts that had to do with Udemy. So if you're experiencing any issue with Udemy, that means it's taking you back to our former learning parts. So just what course are you trying to take and it's taking you to Udemy? Let me know.
I'm trying to take this course. UPro UPro Financial Operation Learning Pathway.
Under what learning part is that? That's a course. So under what learning part?
Yes, the one that is giving me headache is Microsoft Excel from beginner to advanced.
Yeah, I understand that. But under what learning part is it cybersecurity or finance?
No, no, no. It's finance. UPro Financial Operation Learning Pathway.
Okay, so you see that's the problem. We don't have any learning parts called finance in this space. It's financial literacy, and there's nothing like that on that this particular learning part I'm talking about. So there must be a link up between this learning part and the former learning part. So finance learning part was during the first phase of the project. So there's something wrong. It's either you're clicking on the wrong link or there's in the process of you trying to register for a particular course, it's taking you to the former learning part. So just send me a DM so I can help you resolve it one on one.
Okay, okay, okay. I believe you're in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I am.
I'll start
My name
I'll
is
search for the course and relate with you. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Just search for Loretta
Thank
to me.
you.
You're welcome.
All right. So,
Thank
Julius, okay, before we go to if there's any other anybody else that has a question, you say did you mention Microsoft Excel? Because I did mention that on IBM Skills with platform there are myriad of courses, so you don't have to necessarily restrict yourself to those specific courses that we have curated for you. So in this particular case, now if you feel that there's something that you really need, as you mentioned, that is something that is very fundamental to your career path, what you can do is that
Yes.
you can resort to self-help. So you can go take up the initiative and run a search yourself. So what is that part? It's in Microsoft Excel, right? For
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Microsoft
so
Excel
you can
from let me
no
see.
just you can run Microsoft Excel like this, you understand? Then like have your way with like all the options that are available here. So you go through them and I think to help fill in that gap, you understand? So
Okay, okay.
basically that's just it. Run the search yourself and every other person that feels that maybe they have something specific that we didn't cover out of those courses that we curated, you can run the search and help yourself. So that's the whole essence of learning. So I think that sorts your own issue out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
So
you, sir.
yeah. So is there any other question? Raise your hand if you have a question. Olajumoke, please go
Good
ahead.
evening, Mr. Moses. Okay, so good evening. Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, so I just joined, I just registered, and I've not been able to do anything. I don't have the login details and everything. So how do I start?
Sorry, didn't get you. Can you speak a lot more audible than that?
Okay, can you hear me now? I said I just joined the platform. Someone just shared the link to me, and I just registered. I just joined, so I've not been able to start any class. I'm not able to start any course online. So how do I start?
All right. So, first of all, welcome on board. What you can do now is that look out for the unique link, the unique sign-up link that we're going to share. I think you should be on one of the cohort platforms. That should be like cohort 3 or so. There'll be a unique link shared. We can do that right after the program. Sign up using that unique link and use your Gmail account. Preferably use the Chrome browser that has your Gmail account already logged in and sign up. And we'll also be sharing the courses now, the learning paths. So you can choose from the learning paths that we share on the platform, and you can begin your learning journey. So I think just look out on the cohort group, and you can actually ask the question on the cohort group so that I can reach out to you directly. I can send you a DM and guide you through how to commence your learning journey. So I think that's answers your question. So is there any other question before we close? I think we are already out of time.
Yes, okay, I'll be expecting the DM, please.
All right. So any other question? In the absence of a question, thank you everyone that made out time to come to join this our Q&A session. Uh, really appreciate you. Really appreciate all the learners. It's one it's one thing for us to be here as the facilitators, and another thing that for the if without you guys, like without you at the other end of the whole process, this synergy does not work. This relationship does not work. So there is we and there are the learners. So if one branch of this whole organism